You're watching Personal Finance with Coach Kelvin. Let's get into the video. Hey guys, Coach Kelvin here. So today I'm going to break down with you my total passive income earned for the month of December in 2021. Now this is the last month of the calendar year, and I'm really forward to kind of breaking this down and going through all of my incomes, because I've actually got two new sources of income that I've earned passively for the month of December. So let's get straight into it. Now I have two real estate investment properties. So this gives me rental income, and I always talk about the price or the earnings that I have before and after expenses, because obviously with any passively managed properties where you pay a property manager to look after the property for you, that incurs different costs. So my first property, located in Midland in Western Australia, I have earned before expenses $1,700. Now that's really cool because it's quite a lot of money. It more than pays for the mortgage for that month, which gives me a little bit left over that I can put straight into my shares portfolio. So after expenses, so including the management fees for having a property manager, any of the administration fees and any other expenses that come up, after expenses, my remaining amount is $1,399.60. Now, I don't include the cost of the interest for having this mortgage as a part of the expenses, because in a real estate investment, you will generally pay interest despite what your rental income is, just due to the fact that if you have a mortgage attached, you have to pay this down. I don't really look to break this down in terms of owning. I don't really look to break this down as a means of how much money I have left after interest, because that is just the price of having the asset. It's not really an expense associated with renting it out, because even if I lived in it, I have to pay interest regardless. Now, the second property I have, located in Yeppoon in Queensland, before expenses, this earned $8,668.01. Now, the reason this is such a high figure is because, again, it is a short-term rental property. It actually earns rent on a per-night basis, and it's booked at a higher rate as a result. The management fees are far greater as it's managed by a corporate head. There is higher cleaning expenses because there is obviously a cleaner coming in between tenancies or people staying there on holiday. And then due to the high turnover of people, there's obviously a need for a lot more management when it comes to the bookings, etc. So therefore, after expenses, this property left us with $4,008.73. Now, I'm a 50% owner in this property, so I don't consider, because there's a mortgage attached, I don't consider only half of that income mine, because it is paying down essentially the cost of this property. But if in the meantime we got this property paid off, myself and the other owners, this would leave us with splitting that money down the middle. So it would look more like a $2,004 rental income. Now, the next source of passive income I earned is through interest, okay? So from my peer-to-peer lending account in Plenti, I earned 14 cents only. But like I've spoken about before, I did heavily reduce my holdings in peer-to-peer lending earlier last year due to the fact that the interest rates that were being offered to investors came down so far, and you couldn't quite fetch the same sort of return you were getting through the stock market or through cryptocurrency. So I've actually rediverted my funds into that, where I was able to go for a much higher return. Now, the second place that I was able to earn interest income from was through the offset account attached to my mortgage. So this basically means however much money I have sitting against my mortgage, it just lowers that amount off the total amount you need to pay interest on. So that left me with a saving of $2.87, or it looks more like an earning of $2.87. So I like to include that in my passive income from interest. Now, for the month of December, I actually have to report to you a new source of income earned by crypto staking. So I previously made a video on staking cryptocurrencies, and I I talked about how CoinSpot has now introduced the ability to stake your cryptos. So I have two currencies currently being staked, and this is Cardano, or ticker symbol ADA, and then also Veracity, or ticker symbol VRA. Now currently, Cardano is staked at a return of 5.2% and VRA at 19.2%. So my total interest income through crypto staking that I was able to earn for the month of December is $8.64. Now I know this doesn't seem like a lot, but without having to do any extra work, my cryptocurrency is now starting to earn me some more money. Now this is the Australian dollar amount that I have earned, but the actual staking earns you cryptocurrency in the crypto that is staked. So my ADA is earning me ADA, and my VRA is earning me VRA. So this is just the Australian equivalent of that amount, but it's nice to see that my investment amount in those two coins is actually still growing without me having to do any extra work, just by leaving it on the platform staked. I think cryptocurrency staking is going to grow as an investing or as a part of my passive income portfolio. So I really look forward to kind of reporting as to how this goes. Now, the next passive income source I was able to make for the month of December was actually through sales on Redbubble. So back in, I think, 2019, I listened to a podcast with Brandon from New Money on YouTube and Aussie Firebug. And they talked about ways to make passive income, and Brandon from New Money had actually put t-shirt designs up on Redbubble and made sales, and every month he was earning, a couple dollars. He had never taken it down just because it was cool to him to leave it up. And I was in between training sessions in Russia, so I decided to actually go ahead and make some of my own Redbubble designs. And for a long time, I didn't really earn any money until the lockdown or the pandemic of 2020, where I was able to make a few sales. And then, all of a sudden, I just had an email saying, your Redbubble invoice has been paid. And I ended up earning from Redbubble $14.58. So that was a nice little surprise. I had no expectations of any income from this source, and actually I completely forgot that it existed as a source of income for me. So that's really cool, and it's not the same as earning income from dividends, but for the month of December I did not earn any dividend income. So that's a bit sad. I may have to try and sort that out and fix it. But it was cool to include in this update today 2 new sources of passive income. Alright, so for the month of December of 2021, this brings my total income, or my total passive income, earned from investments to $5,434.56. So I'm really excited about how good that figure is. Obviously, that more than pays for over $1,000 a week to live on if I had paid off all of my liabilities. And this is actually enough investment income to retire on if I chose to get rid of those liabilities, the mortgages, if I chose to pay those down and not do anything else with my investments. So, that's really cool, and it's motivating to see that. Alright, so guys, I hope you got some value from this video. Try to stay motivated on your journey to building your passive income. And remember, the best returns happen when you reinvest that passive income, not try to spend it or use it as extra. But psychologically, having those dividend reinvestment plans on as well, or your crypto staking automatically reinvest, or using your rental income to invest straight into another asset class, that keeps you on track to make some of the best decisions, simply due to the fact that you're not taking that extra windfall of money and blowing it elsewhere. So I highly recommend that you let the algorithms do its job, reinvest all of your earnings, and watch that snowball grow over time, because compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. And those who understand it, earn it, and those who don't, pay it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you got any value from this video, please like, share and subscribe, and I really look forward to seeing you in the next video.